Hey guys, back with another review, and this time we're looking at the next figure in the DC Multiverse Clayface wave, Clayface Connect and Connect wave, and we're gonna do Two-Face. Again, I'm just kind of picking at random here, so this one for me is the one I anticipated the least. It's the Two-Face from the All-Star Batman comic from Rebirth. Excuse me. And I wasn't a huge fan of. I've read a couple of the issues, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. I don't know if it got any better, or if it just wasn't for me. So I wasn't really anticipating this figure. We have the original DCUC Two-Face figure, and I think that one's cooler looking. So for me, this was a whatever. But to get the Clayface, you got to get them all. So like Pokemon, you got to catch them all. So why not review it? So we're gonna take a look at him. It's not the same suit as the DCUC Two-Face, because that one has the buttoned coat, and I do have that figure to compare, so I will show you that a little later. But this is the same figure that was used for probably okay, off the top of my head, I'm struggling to think of who would have had this one, but I know that it has been used before. It is the same, lower body as the old Two-Face, I think. I think, if not similar. But it doesn't have any new articulation or anything, is what I'm getting at, like some of the other figures in this wave and future multiverse waves. So, that's that. But I guess I'll just show you a little bit up close. There's not too much to look at with this guy. I'm going to just zoom in here. I feel like the lighting's better when I zoom in like this. So you can take a look at the head sculpt. It's actually a pretty good head sculpt. You can see if it focuses. Hello? Sorry guys, I don't know why it's not focusing there. There we go. At least it does on this side. Let me see if I can show you just kind of head on, yeah. So, it's pretty decent. He has this long hair that goes, all the way around here on the one side. And just a kind of normal looking face. And then the side, has like burned side. It's actually pretty cool. The eye is like you can kind of see it's a little shiny, so it's red. Just pretty creepy looking. And then you can see that his whole like scalp is burned all the way around. At least I hope you can see that. So that sculpt is actually pretty good. And I will compare it to the other one a little bit later. But take a look at the rest of the figure first. You have, just like I said, the kind of standard suited body from Mattel. Ooh, excuse me. That has the open jacket. So you have the open jacket, very loose rubbery material. You have this matching tie in here, also rubbery. I don't know if you can see that the tie is actually like a sparkly, metallic looking version of the suit color, which is interesting, I guess. Black buttons painted on. The little buttons on his wrists are painted as well. It's got the pockets, a little bit of seams on the side, bit of chipping there, and then just everything else is black. You've got some buttons in there, the black legs, suited legs, and his shoes. You do have some accessories and some hands. So he comes, as you can see here, with trigger finger hands, or gun holding hands. Yeah, they do have trigger fingers, because he does come with two guns. I'll show you these first. Interestingly enough, they have just kind of this hole and no like separate trigger, and it's not closed. They're just black, not a lot of detail, but they do fit in his hand. And I guess it's kind of really weird that they did this, because they gave him the finger that would fit in the trigger, but then they cut the trigger hole so that it would like fit better, but there's no need because they gave you the finger. I don't know. Really kind of weird decision there for me. But I guess, once you kind of pose him from far away, it wouldn't, I don't know, I mean, there's a gap, you can kind of see that. I mean, let's see if we take it a little far away, maybe we won't, no, you can still see it, so I don't know, but he does have the 2 guns, and they do fit in those hands, so you can have him posed with some guns, or you have the option to replace his left hand when I take both of these out. His left hand, they do just pop out. Again, no hinges, much like Superman. You get 2 left hand options that have his coin in them, and you have the one side that's the clean coin and the one that has like the scar on it. So we'll go with that one and just pop that in. There you go, nice and tight, and there you go, he has the hand with the coin. So, pretty neat. You got a couple options there. Zoom back out a bit. And let me compare him for you with the DCUC Two-Face. Just put his arms down a little bit here. You can see them side by side. They're about the same height. Oh. Yeah, okay. So yeah, they are, sorry, this is like a little off center there. About the same height. The so like I said, this jacket is open and his jacket is buttoned closed. Despite being about the same size, the new Two-Face's head looks so much larger, and quite frankly, I'm not sure whose is. I don't think either of them is right. His now looks like he has like a pea head, like the size of a pea, not like urine. And then his head now looks so big, I feel like it probably should be something kind of in between. But if either one is closer, it's probably the newer one. So I guess they have that going for them. But let's take a closer look at the 2 head sculpts compared side by side. See now, this one can almost sit down as if he was going to like sit in a car. This one cannot because his jacket is, again, like I said, closed, and it's also a lot stiffer. So you can't really bend them like that, like I was going to, but I'm going to just zoom in a bit here for you. And look at them like side by side as much as I can. So yeah, this one's a lot smaller, the old one. I had to say the detail looks better on the older one. Like, I don't know. I think, well, for one, the mouth on this one is much better. You can see that, like, it looks like it's, you know, stuck open here. Whereas this one, I don't know what happened with the paint, but it's like his teeth are in the wrong spot. I think they kind of just got the paint on the wrong spot there. And the white should be, like, up in here. So maybe I can fix that and make it look a little better. I think the red eye on this one looks pretty creepy, whereas the white one on this, the white one on this one is like more shocking. And then this one has a bunch of hair, whereas this one is scalped, like burned on the scalp, which does not want to focus. So, it's really, and this one has long hair on the Harvey side, and this one has totally short and clean cut hair. So it's really kind of a matter of preference. Obviously, the old one has the orange and purple suit with the stripes on, half and half suit with the stripes on the one side. Zoom out a little more, whoops. And then this one has like a new modern look. It's just a regular suit, and just the head is half and half. So I'll put him aside there, and just do the articulation on this one real quick. So the head does not really move up and down much at all. Nope, not at all. It does go side to side. The arms go all the way up and around. Oh, you have the bicep swivel. You have a single jointed elbow. That does a good amount of movement. Just this twist at the wrist, no hinges like I said. You do have an ab crunch. However, mine seems to be either stuck or it doesn't want to move forward. It keeps moving at the hips when I'm trying to move the ab crunch. I can't tell if the crunch is stuck or if it just doesn't have a good range of motion. And I think it's stuck. It's moving a little bit, but I don't know. So that's a little bit unsure for me. You do have the waist twist. You have the old hips, the T-jointed hips that will go all the way out, but they look a little wacky. You have the old cut above the knee. You have a single knee joint, goes that far. And then these ankles are useless, basically, on the suited figures, because they, well, use a little bit of range of motion, but it's not really going to help. It doesn't go, you know, it doesn't have a rocker, it doesn't go side to side, so it's not going to really help with any sort of stances. But, yeah. I think that about covers it. That is the DC Multiverse Two-Face figure from the All-Star Batman comic that's in the Clayface Collect and Connect wave, made by Mattel. And yeah, I think that about covers it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next review.